It was clearly the fundamental article that visited our nearby planetary social event from outside the planetary G. Together, it moved unnecessarily quickly to any time be bound to the sun. The through and through first thing that we have seen is coming to us from interstellar space from better places. People have been researching space all through later numerous years, generally with ones that go visit the furthest wraps up of the sun-based structure and pass to find things that we can't with a norm telescope. The general idea is that these things exist. They're there in space and we essentially have to keep on finding them. Anyway, with the disclosure of Oumuamua, all of that changed. The astonishing visitor from significant space has been assessed fundamentally over the past 2 or 3 weeks. This thing is essentially a piece of another nearby planetary structure that was removed. At any rate, the James Webb Telescope has basically uncovered the head-certified image of the space beast, and it has uncovered things that no one saw coming. Oblige us as we dig more significant into this image and how the disclosure of UI has influenced the world of science and space. UA is an odd and fascinating thing, no question. It emerged from the profundities of room and made the entire world stop suddenly. When the article was attested, everyone expected to learn about it, since not by any stretch like this had anything anytime been found before. This long, stoga-shaped visitor appeared in our nearby planetary system from a distant space past our own. It is basically an odd interstellar explorer wandering through the immeasurability of room to pay us a compact visit. Its particularly intriguing appearance, which is by all accounts a slight stogie, or as I like to consider it, a perpetual needle, makes it unlike anything we have encountered before. This astounding exposure was made on October 19, 2017, when the Holder Stars 1 telescope in Hawaii investigated the evening sky and revealed the presence of Oumuamua. It was a fascinating event, as this cleared the initial time-space specialists seen an article beginning from outside our planetary system. Besides, impressively more crazy was the way that it came to the degree of our planetary system and was going straightforwardly toward Earth. Oumuamua's astounding appearance was maybe of the best thing that had at any point happened. Furthermore, digging more was critically significant into it since it showed up as the best approach to opening the advantaged bits of knowledge of our massive natural components. That is the explanation. A genuine image of it is a big deal. Be that as it may, a picture isn't where they will stop. Researchers have made plans to utilize the eminent James Webb Space Telescope for focusing on interstellar objects as they go through our nearby planetary system. Being the first of its sort, the telescope's wonderful characteristics lie in its ability to collect and look at infrared light, making it a fundamental gadget for this explicit investigation. Arranged with very front significant standard and high responsiveness instruments, the Webb telescope has an unparalleled breaking point to see fights that are unreasonably old, far away, or faint for various telescopes to perceive. This exceptional mindfulness and power set out a novel opportunity for researchers to bounce significantly into the secrets of interstellar articles, revealing their engineered plan position and revealing their actual substance. All of this is extraordinarily trying to survey from Earth, on the off chance that you essentially take a gander at the things without truly getting an incredibly clear gander at them. The James Webb Space Telescope's high-level exist piece of infrared cameras adds an additional layer of precision to the image of interstellar articles. With its high-level development, the telescope can convey complex nuances, depicting these intriguing eminent visitors as they experience inside our observational reach. So paying little mind to whether you are not getting photos that are in one piece, it can gather hundreds if not a large number pictures together to make one uber picture that has every single detail you could at any direct expectation toward see. Since it's prepared for getting the tiniest and most touchy pieces of these interstellar articles, the Webb telescope enables specialists to lead central research and loosen up the insider facts that lie hidden inside the profundities of the universe. Anyway, that is just the beginning. The Webb telescope, to be sure, pushes the cutoff points of assessment by allowing scientists to research the profundities of room at scales and wonder levels that were previously staggering, opening up a space of truly beguiling consistent requests and expanding the cutoff points of our knowledge and comprehension of the universe. Thus, they picked the James Webb Space Telescope over the Compartment Stars 1 telescope for this further assessment. That doesn't mean that the Skillet Stars 1 telescope isn't unimaginable at what it does. To be sure, both are extraordinary. The School of Hawaii's Panars 1 telescope stays as a huge infinite instrument arranged at the finish of Haka on the delightful island of Maui, Hawaii. With its 1.8 m hole, this telescope plays a principal work in the Forceful Dish Stars project, a helpful effort counting respected foundations for model, the School of Hawaii Foundation for Stargazing, MIT Lincoln Lab, Maui World-Class Execution Figuring Center, what's more, science application around the world organization. At its middle, the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope is depended with examining the sky for transient heavenly things like space rocks and comets and planning the planetary system in astonishing nuance. Its wide-field imaging limits and cutting-edge advancement make it a critical asset in the journey to explore and understand the universe. The telescope is expected for wide-field cosmic imaging, offering a far-reaching point of view on space. Its fundamental mission is to lead comprehensive investigations of the night sky, getting the nature of radiant particles in optical frequencies, from faraway frameworks and going nebulae to moving toward comets and space rocks. The telescope energetically checks the universe, announcing the marvels that populate our enormous universe. To deal with the titanic volume of data gathered during these investigations, the Pan-STARRS 1 telescope relies upon the refined PS1 picture dealing with pipeline. This high-level programming normally processes and analyzes monstrous proportions of observational data, separating significant pieces of information and empowering space specialists to make momentous disclosures. The power of bleeding-edge estimations and computational techniques get together to expect to be a fundamental part in revealing the mysterious privileged insights inside the incalculable heavenly pictures gotten by DISH-STARRS 1. Potentially one of the most astonishing components of the DISH-STARRS 1 telescope is its obligation to the DISH-STARRS Near-Earth Object Outline. This forceful endeavor bases on proficiently looking at the entire sky north of declination short 47.5 due constantly, searching for near objects that could address a reasonable risk to our planet. It was the one to find Oumuamua at first. Experts were absolutely certain, possibly unexpectedly, that an approaching space rock was going toward Earth when it was first perceived circumnavigating the Sun. The fundamental hypothesis was that it was a standard space rock with no affirmation. This is oftentimes the situation with different unidentified space protests. Its appearance and lead show up consistent with that, social affair driving space specialists to bunch it as such. Later, all it appeared as an odd stone bouncing through the planetary structure, a typical sight in huge perceptions. Anyway, as analysts began to process and break down the data gathered from Oumuamua, it immediately ended up being obvious that this interstellar explorer was everything aside from standard. Its amazing characteristics defied fundamental portrayal, provoking specialists to reconsider their hidden doubts. Not by any stretch like common space rocks, which showed champion features that set it beside any glorious thing recently saw. Perhaps the most striking piece of UA was its delayed shape, looking like a slender stogie or a monstrous needle, instead of the changed design consistently associated with space rocks. The extraordinary morphology tested existing models of sublime particle course of action and headway, raising issues about the cycles responsible for trim Oumuamua's structure. Disregarding its protracted shape and quick upset, Oumuamua showed odd splendor assortments as it gone through space, suggesting heterogeneity in its surface course of action or reflectivity. These movements in splendor outfitted cosmologists with fundamental pieces of information into AMU's course of action and genuine properties, offering enticing snippets of data about its interstellar beginnings. As specialists pigeoned further into the examination of Oumuamua's data, they uncovered additional irregularities that tested customary explanations. Its bearing through our planetary bunch strayed off from the normal ways of comets and space rocks, suggesting an unpredictable exchange of gravitational forces and unique components at play. The divulgence of Oumuamua ignited uncommon sensible conversation in theory, with trained professionals proposing various speculations to make feeling of its stupefy components. Some suggested that Oumuamua could be a part dashed away from a greater body in a faraway star structure, while others proposed streaming powers as the framework behind its drawn-out shape. Paying little mind to these proposed explanations, weaknesses with respect to Oumuamua's genuine quintessence persisted, highlighting the prerequisite for extra assessment. Also, understanding the Article-Con area through our close-by-planet bunch gave an extraordinary and hypnotizing and open entryway for cosmologists to focus on an interstellar visitor extremely close commitment huge pieces of information into articles starting from past our own sun-based structure. In the years since Oumuamua's revelation, experts have continued to inspect the data assembled during its visit, searching for signs that could reveal information about its starting points and characteristics. The ceaseless examination of Oumuamua's set of experiences fills in as a test to the helping through interest of the sensible neighborhood, the exceptional potential for revelation that searches for us in the universe. As we attempt to loosen up the original insider facts of Oumuamua and other interstellar items, we gain a more significant cognizance of the stunning cycles framing our universe. Each new disclosure conveys us nearer to opening the secrets of our monstrous starting points and the rich weaving of heavenly eccentricities that populate the universe. Following AMU's revelation, space specialists have extended tries to recognize and study interstellar articles, seeing their significance for impelling our understanding of the universe. The approaching dispatch of the James Webb Space Telescope promises to change our ability to notice and concentrate faraway heavenly bodies, opening new backwoods in the examination of the universe. The centrality of the situation was highlighted by Oumuamua's quick speed through our planetary gathering. There isn't a second in excess, and specialists defied an extensive test. They had a fundamental 11 days to collect so much data as possible about this interesting visitor before it ended up being unreasonably far away to focus. Over the long haul, the important opportunity to assemble data decreased, underlining the necessity for speedy, what's more, fruitful assessment. The tension was mounting, understanding that any delay would possibly imperil our understanding of this extraordinary article. Once Oumuamua left the close by planet bunch, there probably won't be one greater chance to gather the information again. This was a clever entryway to collect each available specialist and instrument to aggregate data and concentrate on it genuinely. However, getting an abundance of data didn't be ensured to bring clearness and scatter the chaos enveloping this mysterious thing. As the nuances arisen, the mystery including Oumuamua just fostered. The excellent attributes, what's more, puzzling approach to acting of this interstellar visitor continued to astonish exceptionalists, leaving them with more requests than answers. Oumuamau's outing through our close by planet bunch remains one of the most beguiling and confounding events in continuous cosmic history. Found in October 2017 by the Panars 1 telescope in Hawaii, this interstellar visitor quickly got the thought of analysts and the public similar. Its length and shape, joined with the deficit of ordinary heavenly features, tested normal suppositions and incited inquiries concerning its beginning stage, bearing, and nature. The intriguing characteristics of Oumuamua began outrageous sensible assessment, inciting the recommendation of various hypotheses to figure out its abnormal features. One that's what obvious speculation suggested. Oumuamua could be a part jump started out from a greater body in a distant star system. This hypothesis set that crashes or gravitational associations inside its parent structure could have pushed Oumuamua into interstellar space, in the end setting it on a course that brought it inside our planetary gatherings region. Another persuading clarification proposed streaming powers as the embellishment part behind Oumuamau's stretch structure. As indicated by this hypothesis, the gravitational forces applied by a passing star or a tremendous planet could have expanded Oumuamua into its remarkable shape as it explored space. This tidal-broadening circumstance offered a possible construction to address the article's striking appearance while raising further requests concerning the outstanding cycles forming objects in the interstellar medium. Paying little mind to these proposed explanations, weaknesses concerning Oumuamau's genuine quintessence filled advancing talks inside standard analysts. The article's important size and quick speed presented extra troubles for cosmologists trying to unravel its insider facts. Oumuamau's extend shape and speedy upheaval suggested a significantly flighty body dissimilar to any known comet or space rock inside our planetary gathering. As Oumuamua went through our planetary gathering, research right away jumped all over the significant opportunity to aggregate as much data as possible before it moved past the extent of discernment. The franticness of the situation highlighted the necessity for speedy and convincing investigation, driving helpful undertakings among space specialists worldwide. Observatories and telescopes all around the planet arranged their instruments on Oumuamua, gathering critical data to depict its properties and course. Among the instruments selected for the task was the European Southern Observatory's extremely colossal telescope VT in Chile. Arranged with cutting-edge imaging limits, the VT expected to be a huge part in taking a gander at Oumuamau's actual characteristics and giving pieces of information into its starting points. By getting high-resolution pictures and spectra of the interstellar visitor, stargazers highlighted to reveal signs about its association, development, and past participations with its environment. The data got from view of Oumuamua gave fundamental pieces of information into the possibility of interstellar items and their significance for understanding cosmic cycles. While Oumuamua's segment through our close by planet bunch was brief, its impact on our appreciation of the universe's complexity and assortment was critical. The article's extraordinary properties tried existing models of heavenly item course of action and headway, inciting scientists to re-examine key assumptions about the interstellar environment. As space specialists continue to separate the data gathered during Oumuam's visit, new pieces of information into its beginning stage and nature could emerge, further advancing how we could decipher the universe. The thrilling opportunity to study an interstellar visitor extremely close has opened new streets for assessment and examination, moving specialists to jump further into the insider facts of the universe. The interest with Oumuamua's trip connects past coherent circles, captivating the innovative brain of the public and lighting all over discussions about the opportunity of extraterrestrial life and the immensity of the universe. Its succinct visit serves as an indication of the universe's incredible assortment and the unending potential for exposure that searches for us beyond the cutoff points of our own sun-oriented system. While weaknesses remain, Oumuamua's segment through our nearby planetary system gave critical experiences into interstellar articles, highlighting the prerequisite for extra examination. This is exemplified by the approaching mission of the James Webb Space Telescope. Thinking about this instrument has even recovered data from 28 billion light-years away. It will be more than fit for get-together information from the Pegasus star gathering, which is, as it were, 700 light, a very long time from Earth. But do you acknowledge that the James Webb Space Telescope is genuinely up for the gig?